Hey guys, what's up? So I just want to talk about how, like, I don't really know how to describe it, but starting off with, we wake up in our day, right? We wake up and we automatically think about what happened yesterday, the past pain, the past hurt, what we have to deal with, and all those thoughts give us an emotion, which give us a state of being, right? So it's like if we literally wake up, we're already living in the past. It's like we don't even realize it. So when we're living in the past, it predicts our future. So it's like those conditions and those beliefs and those thoughts that we have on a normal basis is what's keeping us stuck in the predicaments that we are in now. And that's why nothing new is happening in our life, because we're not thinking anything different, we're not feeling anything different, we're not having ourselves be in a different state of mind, and we're keeping ourselves in the same that we always have. So when you lose your free will to these conditions and these thoughts and these beliefs, it's like you're being held down literally by like imprisonment in your own head, and you can get out at any time. It's like, okay, if you feel like you can't get out of a bad relationship because you're codependent on money or support, or and not even support, like if you want to get out of a relationship, like obviously, I mean, maybe there's support, I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know, if I was getting in a relationship and there was at least some support in it, I don't know, whatever. See, like, that could be a past programming, I don't know. But our past programming is pretty much what we've always thought. So it's like, if somebody says, hey, you can win $1 million, we look by the past and be like, I never have before, so I never will. Okay. Hey, guess what? You can fly today. Never have been able to, so I guess I never will. It's like, no, but there's all these opportunities out in the world. And it's like, if we just go by the past of us never being able to have done it before, then how do we know we're ever going to be capable of doing it now? Right? So if you think the same thing over and over again, that's what's going to be your reality. So when I say our free will is taken away from us because of our thoughts, beliefs, and conditioning and programming, last night I sat with myself. It's very uncomfortable because I'm a person that likes to think. I like to think, but sometimes I can go overboard and I can overthink about the things that I want in my life that I don't have right now. But then every time I do that, I always go, but this is what's working out for me. And I list a couple of those things too to cancel out what I just thought to myself about what is not working out in my life, what I do not have. So I'll think to myself, okay, what do I have right now? I have a beautiful son. I have a healthy body. I have a healthy relationship with my mother. With my mother. And I never had that before. It's like things that you have that make you happy, that exactly maybe you didn't have before, that you worked for, that you did something for, that you cared about enough to change. And it's like, if I can look back at that and be like, damn, the way me and my mom were before and the way we are now, like, she just got mad at me about something. And instead of me being like, oh my God, da, 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 I was like, Mom, walk away. Walk away. Not being a bitch. Just being like, like, actually, no, that's not even what happened. She did it. She said something that I pissed her off about. And she's like, I can't believe that you do that. She's like, I didn't even know you do that. And it was about smoking my vape around in Dawson. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, that's so bad for him. And I'm like, okay. And then I thought to myself, it's kind of like secondhand smoke with a cigarette. And I just thought it was always okay because it wasn't a cigarette. And so she's like, before I say anything that I'm going to regret, I'm going to walk out of the house. And I'm like, good for you. Like, I literally said it to her. I was like, good for you, Mom. Thank you. And she walked out of the house. And it wasn't to be a bitch. It was literally like, damn, good for you. Like, thank you. I appreciate that. Because then we both didn't get in a bad mood. So she left, and I texted her when she got in the car. And I said to her, I really didn't think about it before. You have a good point. Never would have done that before. I was like, and, I will be more thoughtful of, I even had the word thoughtful in my head. I'll be more thoughtful of him being around me when I'm smoking the vape, and I won't do it as much because I never thought of it as really secondhand smoke. And so I said, but I don't want to hear anything. Just say, okay, thank you, and leave it at that, or just say nothing at all. And she responded with, okay, thanks. And I was like, thank you. I love you very much. But it took me and her time to get to that space. Like, we were not good. I hated her. She didn't hate me. She's my mother, but she wasn't happy with me. because of things I was doing because of the resentment I had against her. And just by saying that just reminded me of, hey, I do this with this person and it's because I have resentment for them. But you say to yourself, I don't resent them. I have no bitterness towards them. I'm not hostile towards them. Hey, yeah, bitch, you actually really are. Imagine that. But that's a past programming because I don't have to be. I can forgive. And I have. I'm not saying I don't forgive this person whatsoever, but I definitely still have certain feelings that I'm in denial about. And it's like, I sat with myself yesterday and I was quiet and I was just like, so every time something would come up, I'd be like, nope. I want to think about something so bad right now, but what am I going to think about? Nope. Like, it's a subconscious programming. Our body is our autopilot pretty much 95% of the time. Like, we wake up, we do the same thing. We do the same routine every day. It's like, those are our programs. It's like, if you don't sit there and tell your body you're going to listen to what I say, because you're being controlled by your mind 24/7. You're probably conscious 5% of the time, 10% of the time. And it's like, I'd learn at one point in my life that my mind is not going to tell me what to do. My mind is not going to rule my life. It's like, I need to be more mindful about what I'm doing because it's not what I want to do. It's what my brain already knows what to do. So it's like every time I think of something, every time I think of a person, every time I wake up, and if I don't really do this, and when I wake up with a situation in my head that happened yesterday, I'm already in a bad mood. You know what I mean? So I don't do that anymore. Like, I really don't. 5 minutes before you go to bed, when you're in that sleeping stage, is the most important 5 minutes of your life, because you are going to bed with the same thought that you're gonna wake up with, because your brain is going into that alpha, theta, gamma, whatever form, gamma, yeah? I think so. But anyways, it's like, you're gonna wake up with the same thought because that's what you went to bed with. So your last 5 minutes are actually like your biggest subconscious programmings at the most, because you're in that wavelength. Also, when you go off daydreaming, also very important of what you're thinking about, because these are your subconscious, because you're not conscious with this stuff. You're subconscious. Like, it's just kind of like drifting out. Like, for the longest time, I've been able to program my own shit, and I can feel it. Like, it's like right about here. I can feel like this feeling of like, I'm not in my conscious mind. I'm subconsciously in my mind. And I used to reprogram my thoughts all the time, and I forgot about that. I could do that. But it's like, you really got to pay attention to your thoughts. You really got to pay attention to how you talk to yourself. You really got to pay attention to a lot. But the point of this is that get out of your routine, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to change your programming. But what was I saying? I sat with myself, and every time I'd want to think of something or whatever, I'd be like, nope, not thinking it. Brain, stop thinking it. Like, you need to tell your body what you're doing. Like, no. Your mind wants to think about something and wander off. You're like, no, you're not thinking about that. Think of your mind as a kid. Think of your body as a kid. Like, if you don't want it to be doing something, tell it that it's not allowed to. It will listen. If you want to know an answer and your subconscious mind knows it, ask yourself. It will pop up. I promise. Ask for guidance. Ask your spirit guides for guidance. Ask your body for guidance. Your body tells you more than you even know. Like, it really does. It reacts to things that you don't even know of because you're not consciously aware of it. That's why it's good to be mindful. But, okay. That's it. I'm going to go. I'm going to watch the rest of my shit today, because I'm not going to do nothing today. It's all I always do is always something. So if I'm not talking to you, it's because I'm not doing anything today at all, unless I want to. Okay. Bye, guys. Mwah.